What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So starting this video with Vlad, who just announced that he isn't looking to compete before this year's Mr. Olympia. So that means he isn't looking to get his Olympia qualification for this year. And that was a surprising announcement. Because the thing is, he has been prepping for longer than most guys. And yet he decided not to give it another shot. Because he was supposed to compete at the European Tour. He was at least supposed to do the Flex Pro weekend. But I think looking at the lineup and how stacked it was, even cracking top 3 would have been difficult. So I think that might have been a reason why he decided to back out of it. And if he is staying very much in the striking range of any show, then that only means one thing, that he is going for a show in the post-Olympia Tour. So Vlad is a young guy, and he has put on a tons of muscle on his frame, especially in the last 2 years. And every time he posts a picture or an update, it seems like he has mutated. So Vlad really is one of the freakiest guys in the IFBB Pro League right now. But there is no denying the fact that staying this lean for extended periods of time, that requires you to do stuff that is gonna be harmful in the long run. And getting too big in the short amount of time, that is probably the biggest mistake to make right now. Especially the way the judging criteria has changed so much, especially since last year. The judges are looking for more aesthetic physiques now, and that is what happened with Vlad. While getting bigger way too fast, his waist got blockier, his waist got bigger, and once that happens, it's hard to come back from that. Next up is Justin Shier's physique update. So that is a very unique physique getting ready for his Olympia debut, and we are now less than 5 weeks out of the big show. He's a guy who has some of the most insane proportions right now. Small waist, thick wide lats, crazy huge arms, and his quads are equally impressive. And this is just the beginning of his career. If you look at some of his pictures from a few years ago, the amount of progress this guy has made is really unbelievable. I don't think there are very high expectations for Justin as far as his placings are concerned for this year's Mr. Olympia. And don't get me wrong, that is a good thing. There will be no added pressure on him. And if he comes in a little better than Chicago Pro, I think his fans would be really happy with that. Keep in mind, Chicago Pro was his pro debut, and he won that show and got his Olympia qualification there. Now Justin and Matt Jensen, who is coaching him, they know that in order for him to move up the ranks, especially at the Olympia level, he needs to go back to the drawing board and make some necessary improvements, especially in his back. And one of the reasons I think he is gonna look really impressive at the Olympia this year is because he wasn't as conditioned as his pro debut as we saw him when he won his pro card. So the margin of improvement is certainly there. The increase in weight limit for classic physique will certainly help at least one guy, and that is none other than Breon Ansley, the former champion. If there is one man about whom we can be 100% sure that he has been overdieting for the Olympia every year since 2017, that is Breon Ansley. So Breon has been digging deep in the last few weeks, because even with this added weight, making that cutoff isn't gonna be an easy task to achieve. The reason is him going up to 220 pounds in this off-season, because originally the plan was to compete in the 212 class, which I think was his heaviest ever weight. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that. So Breon was 4th last year. Some people thought that he should have been 3rd, because he smoked Urs from the back. But then Urs had much better legs from the front, and Urs has more classic look. And realistically speaking, the back shot is one where Breon has to show his domination, especially this year, if he wants to be in that top 3. So what do you guys think? Who has a better chance of cracking top 3 this year, Breon or Terrence Ruffin? We have a physique update from Patrick Moore after a long time. He is now working with a new coach and aiming for a show in 2024. So Patrick looked really amazing at his first ever Mr. Olympia, which was back in 2019. That was the best conditioning of his career, and he was able to place top 10 at that show. And that was a huge accomplishment. But over the years, we haven't seen any impressive improvements or any impressive size gains from him, which according to him was due to pressure from the sponsors, which asked him to compete every year. If we look back at his physique from 2019, he had all the tools to move up the ranks, with the exception of size, and people really thought that he would be successful in putting on size in the upcoming years. But so far he has been unable to do that. His last contest was Chicago Pro, and he placed behind Blessing Avudibu at that show. So let's see what he can do in 2024 with a new coach this time. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.